Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Thursday, the 27th day of April 2023. I hope you're all safe and healthy today. I hope your family is safe and healthy, and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, who, along with the first responders, are out here every day, 24/7, trying to save lives. Those also who make deliveries for us of food and water and things like mail for our convenience. Those that pick up garbage, dirty work that keeps places clean and disease free. Double blessings on the men and women that are out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover. The teenagers and the children who are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. The victims also of pornography, child pornography, human trafficking, sex slavery, prostitution, child prostitution. Double curses on the perpetrators of these things. Double curses on those who profit from these things, and double curses on the perverts that create the demand of which the other perverts provide the supply. Also, blessings upon the homeless. There are nearly 600,000 men, women, and children, mostly children, homeless in the United States every day. And there are millions around the world in similar or worse conditions, and blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So, there was a basketball game last night in Cleveland. The New York Knicks closed out the Cleveland Cavaliers. Congratulations to the New York Knicks, first of all. Congratulations to Leon Rose and his front office. Congratulations to Tom Thibodeau and his coaching staff. Congratulations to the owner, James Dolan. If I had mentioned earlier, when everybody was talking about 37 wins and possible play-in, and if they make the play-in, they'd be lucky, according to Charles Barkley. If the Knicks, I had said 45 wins, and I said if they get 45 wins, regardless of where they finish, it would be a fantastic season, because this is year three of the rebuild under Tom Thibodeau. So they get past that and they close out the season, the fifth seed. Right there, you could end the story right there. It's a fantastic season. If you were doing a movie, that would have been a fantastic ending. But what do they go out and do? Not only do they get the fifth seed, they are now going to the second round. And they're going to be playing the Miami Heat, which was a tremendous game last night, by the way. That was a tremendous game. I was watching that game after the Knicks game, as all of us probably were, wondering if Milwaukee was going to last. And for most of the game, I said, okay, this is going back to Miami. Tell you what happened, probably like 4 seconds left. Miami had a shot. They was down by 2. I think it was 116, 118. And Jimmy Butler, which I thought was a mistake, they had him shooting the three-pointer. They should have had Max Strus or Duncan or somebody. Anyway, he misses the shot, and they foul somebody with 2 seconds left. I turned the TV off. I knew it was over. It's going back to to Miami. So I'm at my class. I'm watching this. I'm on class online, and I'm watching it on silent. And I look at my phone, and it says 118 off to turn the TV back on. Jimmy Butler hits a tip-in with less than 2 seconds left to bring the game to overtime. And from there, Miami ends it in Milwaukee. Hey, don't sleep on them. We'll talk about that. That matchup is going to be tough, man. This is going to be the classic New York-Miami matchup. But let's stick with this task at hand, shall we? The New York Knicks. Now, Juju came out good Juju last night. First half. Doing everything we wanted him to do. He had 1 turnover, 13 points. He wasn't shooting the 3-ball, but he was attacking. He had 6 assists, okay, and he had 4 boards, and he was attacking. Remember what we talked about yesterday? They double Brunson. That means RJ and Juju got to attack when they get the basketball. And RJ has been doing that, which is why he's been successful. Again, he finished with 21 last night on 7 of 13 shooting. And again, it wasn't even though he hit 2 3-pointers, with RJ, it don't matter. He's bully ball. So, but Juju was playing good, man. And I took my eye off the TV and looked up, went to go get a glass of milk, looked up, and there they were holding Juju. And I was like, what? And he hurt his ankle again. And I was like, okay, I don't want to see any orange and blue. You don't see nobody seriously hurt on either team. But You don't want to see orange and blue headed to the locker room, especially a starter. And here's Julius. And I was like, okay, but honestly, I wasn't worried. I know that sounds crazy, but I wasn't, because I said, okay, only thing I was worried about was the headlines the next day. I said, okay, here come Obi. Obi gonna do his thing. But I was like, next day if he don't, trade him or tell you he was no good, or he can't shoot. All of these stupidness gonna come out, because there's people that claim to be a Knicks nation that wait for such situations so they can bring out their venom. But I really did have confidence in him. And plus 5, 12 points, 2 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal. He only played 22 minutes, but those were big minutes. Ran the floor, played great defense. Matter of fact, the bench last night had 32 points. This is a typical New York bench for us. But as Tom went 8 deep. So Juju is out. And you know what? Look, I'm not sure when. I think it starts Sunday. I want to say the game is going to be, and of course now, New York has home court advantage. But I think it starts Sunday. It may start before that. I got to double check that. But I think it starts Sunday. Give Juju a rest, man. Let him rest. Because let me tell you something. The Knicks, I'm not going to guarantee the Knicks are going to beat Miami. Like I said, don't sleep on Miami. I mean, they didn't get here because they stink. They came up. And again, we have to remember, I told y'all, Eric Spoelstra and Tom Thibodeau are very similar. Defensive coaches, teams get better as the year goes on. Right now, both Miami and New York are playing their best basketball right now. This is what you want. You could win a ton of games in October and November and look like a juggernaut, right? But the real juggernaut comes on at the end. And that's what the Knicks did, and that's what Miami did. So let me look at the schedule, man. Let me just see this, because let's see here. All right. So the Knicks and Miami play Sunday at 1 o'clock, game 1 at Madison Square Garden. Oh my God. So now I don't know how serious Juju's injury is. I don't know, it looked bad but he did get up and walk off. He's listed as day to day. He came back to the bench, which was good, and he actually mouthed the words to his team, "I'm okay." He did say that. So I'm hoping he'll be ready for Sunday, because the thing is, and I'm hoping Grimes be ready for Sunday. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna front. I mean, they're going Josh Hart again. He did a tremendous job, man. I mean, but still, I'd rather Q-Dog in his normal starting spot and Josh Hart backing up Mobb Deep. But we can adjust. I wouldn't mind even if they sat Juju for the first game against Miami. I hope he doesn't rush back, because we need what he can bring. Okay, on good Juju nights, you want that dude. Matter of fact, what was coming to my mind last night, I was watching the game, is first quarter Juju is probably the best Juju. You know what I'm saying? Because first quarter, he's the one, when the Knicks start off strong, it's him and Brunson. And a lot of times it's him. Like, he might not do well in the second, third quarter, whatever reason, but first quarter, he comes out like gangbusters sometimes. And he was doing it last night. Only played 16 minutes, and then Toppin played the other 22 at the power forward spot. But, if we could get that Juju, and especially against Miami. Miami is, like I said, don't sleep on them. They're good. They didn't get this far because they stink. Don't look at the fact that they was an 8th seed or whatever. They good. They could win this thing. They could come out the East. They good enough. Okay. Even without Tyler Hero, even without Victor Oladipo, they could do it. Okay. So don't ever sleep on a team coached by Eric Spoelstra that's controlled by Pat Riley. Don't do that. But the Knicks match up well with them. They don't have a regular full-time power forward. They don't. They don't have a regular full-time power forward. Okay. And both Juju and Obi can get busy here. They could do work here. Both of them could get busy here. There's opportunity for both of them to get busy and do work here. So I like that matchup for the Knicks. The Jimmy Butler is playing out of his mind. 42 last night. He had 56 the other night. He had 42 last night. And the thing about Jimmy Butler that's amazing, he's 33. I mean, in basketball life, that's past your prime. But he is playing still at the highest level of his career right now. He is. He really is. He's in tremendous shape. He's obviously taking very good care of his body. And he obviously lives right. And this dude is still. And some people are talking about go get him. No, this ain't NBA 2K. You don't go get $40 million 33-year-olds. Just don't do it, okay? It's just bad business because you playing hopper tape. All of a sudden, he might crash next year at age 34. You never know. Okay, but for the Miami Heat right now, he's doing business, man. He's doing business. And Bam, of course, Bam Adebayo, again, triple-double last night. Bam Adebayo was doing business. So, and Gabe Vincent, Nick Killer. They got him starting, Nick Killer. And, of course, Kyle Lowry only had 10 points, but he broke out playoff Kyle last night. So, these guys not going to be easy. But the Knicks match up very well with them. They match up very well with them. And our bench... they got a nice bench, though. You know, Caleb Martin, Cody Zeller, Duncan Robinson, even this Haywood Highsmith dude where they play once in a while. They got a nice bench, you know. So this is going to be a dogfight. I'm thinking maybe 6 games the Knicks could win this thing, but we'll see what happens. But that's why I don't care if Juju is ready Sunday or not. If he's not, rest. Okay? Because they'll probably play again Wednesday. They're going to play Sunday, and they'll probably play in New York again Tuesday or Wednesday. He got time. He don't got to rush back. The fact that he heard it last night, maybe he wasn't fully healed. And people were giving that as an excuse for his bad play. Yeah, he hurt his ankle, and maybe that hurts him offensively. But it doesn't, you shouldn't, first of all, number one, if you step on the floor in the NBA, you're presumed to be ready to play. And that's the truism under Tom Thibodeau. There's no excuse. Tom brought out the excuse for Juju because he defends his players. Okay? He does that. But Juju is not healthy. Juju should not step on the court. You got Obi right there. You don't need to take that risk. Okay, so I'm hoping if he's not ready, he doesn't step on the court. Not only that, secondly, even if your ankle is hurt, that don't mean you mope around. That don't mean you don't rotate. That don't mean you don't give the effort. Okay? And if you can't do that, sit down. All right, that's all I'm saying. So if he's ready to play like he was last night, and he was, bring it. Bring it, because we could use that. Okay, we could use that. So that's one thing. But, and of course, Brunson did playoff Brunson, 23 points. He didn't shoot the ball tremendous, except for the foul line, 5 of 5, 4 assists, 2 steals. Playoff Brunson, plus 11. But the MVP, man. Well, before I talk about the MVP, let's talk about R.J. Barrett, Broadway Barrett. Some of y'all, he's not. I'll never. Y'all should remember. Y'all should be careful how you say stuff on my channel because I remember stuff. Some fool actually said R.J. Barrett is not a pro basketball player, and in the same sentence, he's average at best. Some people need to sit down. Sit down and go back to basketball school and learn basketball. Broadway Barrett came through last night. 7 of 13, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, 50%, 5 of 6 from the line, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He also had 21 points. Broadway Barrett is a big game player. At age 21, big game player. Okay? You want him on your team when it's crunch time. That's what you want. Okay? And he is not even in the vicinity. He's not even in the zip code of his prime yet. Not even. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. Okay? The kid, he frustrates you because he's a kid. He frustrates me sometimes. But I know when it's big game time, boom. The thing is, though, what we have to remember is the strategy. The strategy of Tom Thibodeau, who some of y'all said don't make adjustments, and I can't stand this. Oh, he's transformed. That's some bullcrap. Tom Thibodeau has always been what he's doing right now. The problem is that he needs to trust guys, and you gotta be with him a couple of seasons before he trusts you. It ain't like he just decided, well, maybe I should start playing the kids now. No, he's had Obi Toppin for 3 years now. He's had Emmanuel Quickly for 3 years now. He's had Grimes for 2 years. He's had Deuce Brown for 2 years. And so he trusts them. They come up in his system and he trusts them. So he'll put them out there when he needs to. Because now he trusts them. Ain't nothing changed. It's some of y'all vision need to change. But anyway, so they saw they were doubling Brunson. And Tom said after one of the games, he needs to make quick decisions. Talking about RJ. Quick decisions, attack. And that was the strategy. See? And again, when him and Julius Randle on the floor together with Brunson, they really don't fit. He's making it fit, but they don't fit. Okay? And that's why it's not a bad thing if all of a sudden one of them has 13 points when they usually get 20 something. It's not a bad thing because that's where you can help the team in other ways. The floor is crowded. You can't always get what you want. But when Juju left the game last night, that kind of opened the door for R.J. Barrett. See? So now the floor opened up a little bit. And I'm not saying Juju, not saying bad. Like I said, homie was doing his work. But the floor opens up, and then when you double Brunson attack, and the key here is Brunson, because if you don't double that boy, he going to kill you. Okay? He really will kill you. He is, I don't care if they vote him or not, he's an all-NBA star. He got talent, all-NBA talent, period, end of story. Forget all-star, all-NBA talent, Jalen Brunson, okay? And so because of that, and we dealing with playoff Brunson right now, which is really all-NBA, because of that, you got to double him. And if you double him, you're going to have Broadway Barrett coming down your street doing his thing. Somebody said, well, he can't go right. I'll tell you what. If you think he can't go right, I want you to tell me one thing. Who can stop him going left? Who can stop him going left? Please, somebody stop him. Because I ain't seen nobody do it yet. Since all he can go is left. Anyway, the MVP. M.I.T.C.H. So, again, some of y'all ain't going to remember, but I do. He ain't worth $60 million. He's too injury prone. $60 million. They should give him the mid-level six. I've seen people on big level, mid-level exception, $8-9 million a year. Then he foul prone. He fouled too much. And I told y'all, the first 2 years, all fives do that. Y'all ready to hate. Some of y'all so short-sighted, man. And so I knew we had a championship piece, and people was laughing at me when they drafted. I said, we got a championship piece right here. What y'all think now? What y'all think now? Let me go further in my craziness right here. I'm not trading him for MB. I'm not trading for MB. I'm not doing it. Okay? I'll trade Julius Randle before I trade Mitchell Robinson. No. Okay? No. Last night, 18 boards, 11 on the offensive end. That was the ball game right there. The Knicks out-rebounded Cleveland 17-4 on the offensive glass. They overall out-rebounded them 48-30. The Knicks had 10 turnovers to the 13. Both teams did good in that, but I told y'all, out-rebounding and turnovers in the playoffs. Possessions are important. You're playing a half-court game. It's physical possessions. Every possession is important. And offensive rebound gain you possessions. Mitchell Robinson, not only did he have 18 rebounds, he also had 3 blocks. He was 6 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from the three-point line. From the one from foul line. I'll deal with that. He'll get better later on. But right now, he is the defensive anchor of one of the top defensive teams in the NBA. Okay? And that set the tone last night. Now, Jarrett Allen gets paid $100 million. And he's worth every penny. I ain't gonna front. Jarrett Allen's worth every penny. But last night, Jarrett Allen had 4 rebounds in 36 minutes. He was -9. Why? Because he ran into block nets. That's why. I put block nets up against anybody in the league. Okay? So that was the MVP last night. M.I.T.C.H. Okay? He ain't going nowhere. We keeping M.I.T.C.H. Not only that, I heard that MB's knee is hurt again. Did y'all hear that? I heard that his knee is hurt again day to day because his knee didn't practice Tuesday. Y'all want to pay $50 million for a dude who gets hurt like this in playoff time? And you know what? I done changed my mind on Kawhi Leonard. I done changed my mind. Homie ain't available enough for me, man. How you gonna, they be doing, what you call that? They be doing time management with him all year, and then homie gets hurt again in the playoffs? Psh, we need availability. Say what you want about Julius Randle. Homie's available, okay? RJ, he's available. Okay. M.I.T.C.H. he's available. Yeah, Brunson, available. That's what you need. Okay? They're going Kawhi hurt. PG-13 hurt. We don't need no superstar costing 40 and 50 million, and we don't him depending on him to be available when it's crunch time. Nah. I'll keep Mitch Rob. Thank you very much. I'll keep Mitch Rob. We doing good. So the Knicks had 6 players in double figures last night. Quick. Some of y'all worry about Quick. I told you don't worry about Quick. He's gonna bust out. I ain't worried about Quick. He's playing that defense. Last night he came with some offense, and he could have got more. There was 1-3. They gave a ridiculous foul call on R.J. Barrett that he nailed, but he ended up with 19 points, and he still ain't break out all the way yet. I want to tell you something about Quick, right? Quick and Grimes. As the playoffs goes on, they're gonna get better. Like they're gonna get their stats to get better. They're gonna get better. They're gonna become more impactful as the playoffs go on. Remember, this is them dipping their toe in the playoffs. Really, even though Quick was there 3 years ago, he really wasn't. And this is Grimes' first foray. But they both are that dude. So as the playoffs go on, you're gonna see more from Grimes. You're gonna see more from IQ. They're gonna come off the bench, and of course, we already know what R.O.B got. See, decision time in the summer, but we ain't worried about that right now. But I'm telling you, this boy is a starter coming off the bench. Played 22 minutes last night, did work. Okay, and again, here's a different game. Last night, you saw both facets of the game. So Julius Randle was too strong for Evan Mobley, just too strong. Okay, Obi Toppin was too fast. See, you get two different aspects of the game. Obi moves more without the basketball. Okay, as we know, he's a finisher, and he's just fast. That speed, that quickness he has at 6'9" was just too much. And even for Evan Mobley, who's also pretty quick at 6'10", 6'11", but he couldn't keep up with Obi. Okay, and of course he couldn't handle the powerhouse that is Juju. So they had both of them last night. You got a taste of both. Hartenstein again only scored 1 point, but that doesn't tell the impact on the game. The guy was hustling. He was doing what he do. And of course, we didn't get much McBride last night. Tom decided to go 8 deep. Okay, that's his thing. We win the game, 106-95. And then every win of the series, the Cavs were held under 100 points. Under 100 points. Okay, that's defense right there. Oh yeah, there's the other ones. Tom Thibodeau was supposed to be a defensive coach. He is a defensive coach. So we good, y'all. Now we go in the second round. Let's do this Miami thing because we don't want to talk too ahead in advance, right? We don't want to count our chickens before they hit, but let's do this Miami thing. Miami at M.I.T.C.H on Sunday is going to be outrageous. Outrageous on Sunday. So let's get ready, Knicks Nation. Congratulations to Knicks Nation. Those who were sticking with the squad the whole time. I'm not talking about the bandwagon. I'm not talking about the bandwagon. Forget the bandwagon. Forget them. Forget Stephen A. Stupid and all them that's just jumping on right now. Get out of here. I'm talking about those of you that was in Knicks Nation. Those of you that knew they were going to win more than 37 games this year. Those of you that stuck with RJ. Those of you that stuck with Mitch Brown. Those of y'all that was with your squad the whole time. Congratulations. Let's enjoy this. Enjoy your Thursday. Shalom.